Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all the believers in Yahweh, Shah. Now, I've been exposing the Tetragrammaton for a little minute now. And I know a lot of y'all feel startled or, shaken up a little bit. But it's all right. All I'm doing is bringing truth to the light for us to understand what was hidden. For us to know the truth as it is rather than from doctrine of men. Lean not on our own understanding. It's in the language. It's in the Rayach. It's in Yahweh Shah. Alright? All these pagan guys and names and tetragrammatons and camps and churches. And I'm only telling you all these things because I've been set apart all my life. No mom, no dad, just me and Yah. Adversity, tribulation, suffering, pain. Now here I go as a father and a husband. Just giving y'all what y'all gave me through the years. You feel what I'm saying? I am completely set apart. All the way. You feel what I'm saying? I don't be out here with anybody. I just be with my family and you all on the ground. That's it. All I do is the works of Yah. Okay? But here we go. I was about to say Tetragrammaton 14. No, we're not doing that. Man, Salachia. But the wisdom of Solomon. Chakama Shalamah. Alright? Again, one preparing to sail and about to journey over raging waves, called upon a piece of wood more rotten than the vessel that carries him. For the hunger for profit planned it, and wisdom was the craftsman who built it. Your providence, O Father, guides it along, because even in the sea you gave a way, and in the waves a sure path, showing that you can save out of every danger, that even a man without skill may put to sea. It is your will that the works of your wisdom should be not idle. Therefore, men also entrust their lives to a little piece of wood, and passing through the surge on a raft come safely to land. For in the old time also, when proud giants were perishing, the hope of the world, taking refuge on a raft, your hand guided the sea of generations of the race of men. For blessed is wood through which comes righteousness, but the idol made with hands is a curse. It's set. Slachia. But the idol made with hands is a curse itself, and he that made it, because his was the working, and the corruptible thing was called a god. For both the ungodly and his ungodliness, for both the unrighteous and their unrighteousness are alike hateful to Yah. For truly the deed will be punished together with him who committed it. Therefore also there will be a visitation among the idols of the nation, because though formed of things which Yah created, they were made an abomination, stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the foolish. For the devising of idols was the beginning of fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. For they didn't exist from the beginning, and they won't exist forever. For by the vain pride of men they enter into the world, and therefore a speedy end was planned for them. For a father warned with untimely grief, making an image of the child quickly taken away, now honor him as a god, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him mysteries and solemn rites. Caesar Borgia and Jesus Christ. That situation. Afterward, the unrighteous custom and process of time, grown strong, was kept as a law, and the engraved images received worship by the commandments of princes. And when men could not honor them in presence, because they lived far off, imagining the likeness from afar, they made a visible image of the king who they honored, that by their zeal they might flatter the absent as if present. But worship was raised to a yet higher pitch, even by those who didn't know him, urged forward by the ambition of the architect. For he, the architect, mason, for he, wishing perhaps to please one in authority, used his arts to force the likeness toward a greater beauty. So the multitude, allured by reason of the grace of his handiwork, now considered an object of devotion in him that a little before was honored as a man. And in this became an ambush, because men in bondage, either to calamity or tyranny, invested stones and stocks with the incommunicable name. Afterward, it was not enough for them to go astray concerning the knowledge of Yah, but also while they live in a great war of ignorance, they call a multitude of evils peace. For either slaughtering children in solemn rites, the golden calf, Moloch, and so forth, the bull, Baal. For either slaughtering children in solemn rites, or celebrating secret mysteries, or holding frantic revels of strange ordinances. No longer do they guard either life or purity of marriage, but one brings upon another either death by treachery, or anguish by adultery. And all things confusedly are filled with blood and murder, theft and deceit, corruption, faithlessness, tumult, perjury, confusion about what is good, forgetfulness of favors, ingratitude for benefits, defiling of souls, confusion of sex, disorder in marriage, adultery and wantonness. For the worship of idols that may not be named is a beginning and cause and end of every evil. For the worship of idols that may not be named is a beginning and cause and end of every evil. For their worshippers either make merry to madness, or prophesy lies, or live unrighteously, or lightly commit perjury. They make merry to madness. Saturn worshippers, Saturnalia, Christmas, the whole Vatican. Bring it back, 28. For their worshippers either make merry to madness, or prophesy lies, or live unrighteously, or lightly commit perjury. For putting their trust in lifeless idols, when they have sworn a wicked oath, they expect not to suffer harm. But for both, she said, I'm no widow, I'm no whore. The whore of Babylon, the Vatican, Roman Catholic Church, and the churches are her daughters. Let's bring it back, 29. For putting their trust in lifeless idols, when they have sworn a wicked oath, they expect not to suffer harm. But for both, the just dawn will pursue them, because they had evil thoughts of Yah by giving heed to idols, and swore unrighteously in deceit through contempt for holiness. For it is not the power of them by whom men swear, but it is the just penalty for those who sin that always visit the transgression of the unrighteousness. Chazayah 18:4, Revelations 18:4. Come out of her, my people. Shalom.